People. So, hey guys. Did any of you guys go to the meeting 2 nights ago on Zoom? No? Okay. So pretty much this is just the same thing. We're going to have multiple Zooms with different leaders going over the exact same thing so that people who are working or have night jobs or morning jobs or whatever can get the same information. So we want to welcome you all to our Push Zoom call, and we are here to talk about how we can get to paradise, because let me just tell you, I'm going. These trips are awesome. We did not go to Cancun because of COVID. It has been pushed back, and I don't know about you, but I'm excited to have 2 trips within a couple of months of each other because I love vacationing. So, so are any of you guys going to the Cancun trip? I know
If it ever happens.
Is on here and she's going. So, all right. So we wanted to break down how to get to the Dominican Republic. Have any of you guys ever been to is it Punta Cana or Punta Cana?
I think it's Punta Cana.
I've never been, so I'm extremely excited. I've had a couple people actually message me saying that this resort is amazing, like top of the line, amazing resort. So I want to go. So I hope you guys all printed out your, did you guys print it out? If not, there is a link. Yep, there's 2. You could do that one, or if you like crafty, cute, like this one is totally okay too. This is the one Color Street provided. This is the one that a super crafty Color Street woman did. So, whatever style you like. But you need to print this out. There's a link on this Zoom event that takes you to this one that you can print it out. And the reason why this is so important is it's a visual for you guys. Okay? So, let's talk about the requirements. How many points you need to get to go on the trip? You need 26 points. And a
30. Sorry.
Is it 30 this time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
26 was last year. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yep, right here. 31 points right there. All right, so you need 30 points to get there, but you have to have certain requirements. So you have to have 4 recruits, and not only a recruit, but a recruit that BQs within this time period before January. So if you say you sign them up today and they don't BQ this month, that's okay. They can BQ next month or the month after that. But the goal is to recruit somebody and get them going in their business. So recruit somebody and then work with them to BQ. And you have to have 12 points in PV. So that means you have to have at least $6,000 in sales. And I know that sounds like a ginormous amount and it's a scary amount, but it's pretty much 7 months. Okay, we have from July until the end of January to sell $6,000. So if you break that down into little chunks, it becomes a lot easier than what it sounds like. Do you want to add anything to Laura?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so if you take 12 points plus 4 points, that only gets you how many points? 16 points. So you're short on points to get to the Dominican. Oh, you know what we're not doing? Are we recording? I think it's recording. It's recording. Okay. People asked for the recording. So. I set it up so it was recording from the beginning, so we're good.
Oh, cool.
So if you do the bare minimum of your $6,000 in sales and your 4 recruits, you're not going to the Dominican. So you have to do more, which includes rank advancing. Every time you get to a new rank advance or a new rank, you get 3 points. It has to be team leader and above, okay? Let's say you were a team leader. When is the day? I think it was July 1st. They take that highest rank and move from there. So if you were a senior stylist, July 1st, that's what you're working from.
I think that they did highest rank this time, like of your whole career instead of what you were.
I just looked it up. Let me look.
Okay.
All right. It says leader promotion points. In order to count for leader promotion, personal rank promotion. Highest rank on July 1st, 2020 is the base for any new rank promotion. and new promotions must be higher than highest rank. Beginning as team leader. Must maintain whichever new rank earned by the end of January 2021. So let's say you hit team leader for your very first time in August, but come at the end of January 2021, you're back to senior stylist. Those 3 points go away, okay? So don't just hit that rank. You want to hit it and maintain it to keep those points. So that's the biggest thing is I had people before hit a rank and then at the end they lost those points and they were like, I had those 3 points. So that's another reason why you want to sell extra, get extra points any way you can by recruiting so that you build that extra cushion for yourself. Oh, thanks for Laura just put in the destination rank thing in the chat. So if you need the link, it's in there.
The brochure is the one I just sent, and then there's the tracker. And I highly recommend having both types of trackers because this is a foresight tracker. This is like reverse engineering the goal, right? And then the other one is like the checklist tracker that's super fun to like color in, right? That's really cool, but it doesn't necessarily help you break it down. And that's what we're doing right now is mapping it out so that you can see, instead of saying, oh my gosh, I need 30 points by January 31st, you can look at 1 month at a time and just work on 1 month at a time.
All right, so the other way you can build points is by building leaders on your team. And these are only with new stylists. So if you recruited someone 2 months ago and they hit team leader now, you don't get points for that. This is for recruiting somebody from now until the end of the period and getting them to team leader, which will get you 3 points. Now, what's nice about this is they only have to maintain team leader for 1 month. So if they reverse and go back to senior stylist,
I'm so glad you looked that up because I wasn't sure about that.
You don't lose those points, okay? It's only for your personal rank that you would lose points if you go backwards. But if you say, I signed up Jenny Smith today, and next month she hits team leader, and she holds that team leader rank for 1 commissionable period, those 3 points I keep forever, okay?
That's awesome. It does say she has to be active, but I imagine if she gets team leader that fast, she's probably not going anywhere that quickly.
It doesn't mean she has to be Q every month. Active to stay with Color Street. So there are girls that will sign up and 2 months later, they're like, peace out, and they deactivate, okay? So that's what they mean active. They have to be on your team still. It doesn't matter if they BQ every single month. That's not what they mean by active. So those are the different ways you can earn points. Personal PV, so anything up to 6,000 points and above. If you sell 10,000, you're going to get more points. Enrollment points, that's enrolling and having them bonus qualify. Enroll a new stylist who reaches team leader. That's a new stylist during this incentive trip time, okay? And then personal rank promotions. That's you personally ranking team leader and above. So if you're sitting at director right now, the only way you can get 3 new points is to rank up to senior director and hold that rank by the end of January. Now you might hit it in August, senior director, and you might lose it in November, and then by the end of January, you hit it again. Those 3 points will be there for you, okay? You guys have any questions? If you do, unmute yourself and ask, and we'll help you with the questions.
Brandy just asked a question, which is a great one. What if I place a new enrollee under someone? Will my enrollee still count? Absolutely. No matter what happens in your whole career, anyone you enroll will always be your enrollee. If they bump up to team leader. So the only new enrollees since conference will count if they get to team leader. So your new person is the one you'd want to try to build to team leader. So like just strategy wise, I have a team of about 250 people. If I were going to try to build a new person, I would want to place them under someone else that I also want to build. Because then as I build that team leader, even though she's brand new, hasn't necessarily proven anything, I can get a big bang for my buck by building her because I'm also building the person above her. That's my personal strategy. But where you are, your strategy may be different. So keep in contact with your enroller. They will help you with strategy and help you know the best way to do that.
Now, if your upline places somebody under you, that does not count if they get to team leader. That counts for the person who enrolled them. When somebody gets placed under you or you place somebody under somebody else, it's called a sponsor. And they're just a second mentor. They're not enrollee. So you don't get an extra bonus in pay. You don't get the points for them hitting team leader. You don't get anything besides the extra commission and helping them do better. So
yeah, we could have a whole comp plan training, but that'll take another hour. So
all right,
go find one.
Questions on how to get points. I wanted to too. Last year we got points when we hit different levels. So let's talk about the different levels. Level 1 is 30 points. That gets you the trip to Punta Cana. Level 2, that gets you to the trip to Punta Cana plus your airfare. Level 3 gets you to Punta Cana, your airfare, and a guest. Now, I want to make this clear because I talked to my team about this and I did not realize this because last year I used it, like you could use it as to bring a stylist with you. Like, hey, if you work hard and get this, go with me. This year, you cannot, no matter what level you hit, you cannot bring a stylist with you if they are enrolled unless you are married to them or your partner, okay? So that's the only way you can bring a stylist. So you cannot use this as an incentive. It has to be a girlfriend, a husband, a grandma, your mom, somebody other than a stylist, okay? Also,
I also just noticed that last time they didn't include unlimited drinks, and this time they do.
Oh,
whoa.
Positive. I don't know about you guys, but I love me some pina coladas. So, also, if you were a senior director by the end of January 2021, you get one extra night as a bonus, okay? So if you go as a director, you get the extra night. But if you're a senior director, you get one whole extra day, night at the resort. If you are an executive or above, you not only get that extra day, but you're going to get a Color Street paid for excursion where all of the executive above are going to go on a fun excursion, okay, together. So, and when you're there, the fact you are always more than willing, or you're able to purchase your own excursion. So like when we were on the cruise, we all picked our own excursions and went with our friends. So, all right, do you guys have any questions about the bonuses? Let's see, senior director here I come. Yes, Charlotte, you girl, you're gonna hit it, no problem. You're almost there. So, all right, any questions about that? Let's see. And the biggest difference for this one compared to Cancun is you don't need to be a rank. So to go to Cozumel, to go to Cancun the last 2 years, you had to be a director or above. They have taken that rank completely off. So all you have to do is work your butt off, get those points, and you get to go on the trip, which I think is amazing. Yeah, I think it pushes everyone because we had quite a few girls last year who had more than enough points to go on the trip, but they were not that ranked. So they missed out.
Okay, that's a unique question, Brandy. Say we have our own plane to get there. Can we get credit for airfare? That's between you and corporate. I don't know. Don't know if they've ever faced that question, but that's a good question.
I would message. I'm thinking no.
I'm thinking no, because last time they wanted to book your flights and they always pick the airport closest to you. So that's kind of cool because sometimes my closest airport is not the cheapest airport, but you don't have to worry about that. You get to just let them take care of it. So just send them a message. It never hurts to ask.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about how do we earn these points. We already know how, like the certain aspects that we need to get there, but what can we do to get these points? Number one thing is parties. Parties. Now, this is a hard topic for me to talk about because I am an event girl. Like I do events 24/7. That is how 100% how I have built my business. So right now for me, I'm struggling. I'm not struggling, but I'm not doing what I used to do and it's killing me. I mean, that hurts in my sales and in my recruiting because 100% that's how I build my business. So we need to talk about how can we get these points through parties, because this is how you are going to earn all those extra points to make it to 30. So do we have any suggestions? How about number 1, reaching out to people? I see a lot of people just posting on their VIP page, who wants to party with me? And it's crickets. And then you're like, oh man, nobody wants to party with me. No, no one's gonna respond to that. You have to go out and ask for those parties. That means you are texting girlfriends, you are personally Facebook messaging girls, you are DMing girls on Instagram, you are asking people for parties. And what I like to do when I was newer is I actually used it in a different way. I said, hey, Sally, like, I really trust you and I'm doing this new business, or I'm trying Facebook parties for the first time, or this is something new for me. And I feel comfortable doing a party with a friend that I trust, where if I make mistakes, they won't be too nervous about it. You know, will you help me out and host a party? So if you're new to the company, because I see a lot of newer girls here, that's something that you can do, is ask them to help you out. Because if a girl just says, hey, you want to earn some free nails? I'm like, no, I can buy them. But if my girlfriend calls me and says, can you help me out? You make me feel comfortable. I feel comfortable doing this with you. I'd be like,
I think a lot of that is when you know the people, when you know your customers, you'll know how to ask them. Some people will respond more when you say, I really could use a favor. You're really going to serve me by doing this. And some people are turned off by that, right? They're like, whatever, this is your business. You build your business. I'm not building your business. And then other people, they really want the nails and they can't necessarily afford to support their habit. So you can pitch the rewards more. But the key is that when you take the time to build the relationship and get to know the person, and maybe even take notes, because sometimes you lose track. I'm a big pusher of contact management. But if you take the time and invest that time in getting to know them and what they're all about, you'll know what to say. You don't need a script anymore.
Mm-hmm. And don't be afraid. I just saw Charlotte right here, previous customers about hosting. Exactly. Don't be afraid to reach out to previous girls. If they had a party 3-4 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, you need to be reaching out to them, because guess what? They've probably used their hostess rewards and they need more nails. Their friends need more nails. So don't be afraid to reach out to previous hostesses and ask them to host another party for you. Another thing is, don't be afraid to ask for the opportunity, because that's what is going to build your business, not just earn you the Dominican Republic trip, but get you the income that you desire with this kind of business. So I see a lot of girls who don't put the opportunity out there. You have to put the opportunity out there, either before the party, during the party, after the party. It doesn't matter when you want to do it, but you need to put the opportunity out there. Because I'm telling you right now, I've had girls that are like, I didn't know the opportunity was even available. And I'm like, how did you not know? It's a direct sales business, but people don't think about it. Or you don't put the opportunity out there to them. And guess what? The girl down the street says, hey, you want to join me? And because she asked, she's like, oh, okay. And then she signs up and you're like, what the hell? You've been my customer for, 6 months. Well, you never asked me,
Not everyone sees it the way you see it. Not everyone does. And I've heard, I can't tell you. I mean, I've had it happen to me where customers will join someone else and I can't really say much because I don't always put it out there. And I personally love my personal sales business. That's my first love. I love running a team, but my heart is in the sales, and I never expected that. And so sometimes I run my own business separately and don't necessarily think about what they can add to my team. One of the things that has changed in my mindset is that I see my business as being my career. It's like I eat, sleep, and breathe it, okay? But not everyone that joins the company wants that, and that's okay. And so I have had to re-engineer my thought process to say, instead of me telling you that you can make this a career, because that might freak you out and turn you away and say, I can't do what you do, I don't want to eat, sleep, and breathe it. Instead, I'm saying this can be whatever you want, and I can help you do the minimum, or I can help you make it a career, or whatever. I've tried to say less and just say, why not? Why not? Just do it. Because I'm not making that decision for them anymore.
So let's talk about 3 ways to invite people to recruit. Number 1 is before the party. If this girl has been a customer of yours for a decent amount of time, even a short amount of time, but she's buying a crap ton of nails from you and is addicted, and you see her wearing them and sharing them and all that stuff, those are the type of people that for me, that you're going to want to say, like, hey girl, like, you're going to have this party and it's going to be amazing because you have such a love for Color Street. Why let me make the commission off of it? Why wouldn't you make off of it? Let's try it out. And a lot of girls will join before because of that. The girls during the party. So when girls are having a party for me and they get $300 before the party even starts, it's just like the pre-samples and stuff, I will message them and say, you have already hit this goal. Like, why don't we just switch this into your launch party? And then that way you can make the 25% in commission and you can earn the credit on this party. Put it out there for them. If you don't put it out there, they don't know it's available. And then for afterwards, it's the girls that, you know, hit any level, 150, 300, but they get good interaction in the party and their friends are supportive. You're going to reach out to them and say, like, your friends were freaking amazing. Like, they posted on everything. They wanted to support you. You want to try this? Like, I don't know. That's the 3 types I'm usually trying to reach out to. Anybody else have different opinions or want to chime in on recruiting? Just unmute yourself. What's a trip if you can't have friends sharing it with you? Yep, exactly. You rise by lifting others, right? Is that saying? So, all right. Laura, were you gonna say something?
No, I was trying to keep my mouth shut to let others talk because I have problems.
I was a teacher, so I'm really good at wait time, because in kindergarten you say, like, how do you say cat? And all the kids just sit there and stare at you. And I'm like,
I've had to teach myself to, like, count down, because I know it takes time for people to, like, find the buttons and get unmuted, and I don't want to, like, fly past.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to.
Wait time. So
yep.
No one has unmuted themselves. So let's go ahead and go on to maybe reverse engineering. How do you reverse engineer? All right. Do you?
Yes.
This
good. Do you want me to go for it?
Oh, I have a question.
Oh, good.
So I enrolled, I think, in May, and I really started in the last 30 days because I had some issues. But so my TL, which is Jennifer, she wouldn't get credit if so right now this at BQ. I'm striving for a senior. So I see the last one, the personal rank promotional starting at TL. That wouldn't be for me.
Oh, but you can totally hit team leader by the end of this earning period. Absolutely. So you should, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what your goal should be, but I think you should set your sights a little bit higher, because I think it's very, very possible. Everyone agree with me?
Yes. And Jennifer
totally.
Jennifer will not get 3 points for her Dominican Republic trip, but she will benefit. Okay, so she will benefit from you hitting team leader, from you hitting senior stylist, from you working your business to hit this. So I don't want you to look at it like that, like, oh, I'm going to hit team leader and she's not even going to benefit from it. Dang it! Like, I'd rather have you hit a team leader any day over going to the Dominican Republic. Somebody working them serious about it, I'll take that any day over going on a trip.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about what the goal is of this trip. Color Street puts these things out there's always something to push us, right? It's not because the end goal should be to get a trip, even though that is an amazing goal and it helps us stay motivated. The end goal is to increase our paycheck, right? That should be number 1. all the other things, friends, flexibility, all of those things are bonuses. But the main goal is paycheck. And if you're shooting for this trip, even if you were to fall short, we're not going to fall short, right? We're going to do it. But even if you do, think of the progress you've made just by putting that in front of yourself and saying, I'm going to hit this. You are going to build your business and you're going to succeed. And that's the real goal. That's the goal Color Street has for you and wants to help you with, is to build long-term success.
And the benefit too, besides your like, not only are you going to be growing in self-development mindset because you're working yourself through this business, but you're also helping your upline. So you feel good about that because you're helping her achieve goals, right? And you're helping the girls that you recruit or your customers or your VIPs. You're providing a service for your VIPs. You're providing training for your leaders, the people you recruit. So there are so many benefits to working your business for this trip.
Yes, we have a couple questions. Oh, well, one's a statement that I love. It's a long-term benefit and your success story is something your upline can share. I can't tell you, like I post, not all the time, but I post regularly about the business opportunity. But the posts that I post that get the most attention from my other friends are the ones where I'm shouting out someone on my team for hitting something. So just the fact that you are showing, you're proving that the business can be a success is something she can use. So it'll benefit her no matter what, in more than just money. The other question is, oh, sorry, go on.
It's considered your business blessing. So I know on our team, we talk about it all the time. Hey, buddy. Hey, Luca. We need to post business blessings, not in our VIP page all the time. Like, yes, in our VIP page every week, but you need to put this on your personal page and ask your friends to keep you accountable. You don't have to go on your personal page and see like, oh, please help me make my trip to, Dominican Republic. I personally don't like that. But what I do like to say is, hey girls, I have this bomb app, I'm trying to hit this goal. Sorry. Goal. And I want to hit it. Can you guys keep me accountable? I'm going to post in here weekly where I'm going, how I'm hitting it, what I'm doing. And I want you guys to keep me accountable. Your friends want to see you succeed. They want.
I love that.
So it doesn't have to be help me, buy for me. It's I have a goal, keep me accountable.
It's more like watch me.
Yes.
Right? We have under 10 minutes. So I wanted to show you. This is my level 1. Where's the camera? I filled out a rank chart for each level. So I'm all about realistic goals because I've just read a book called Finish by John Acuff. It's such a good book. And it talks about how so many times we fail because we set ourselves up for failure by setting goals that are not realistic. So I want you to be realistic, but I knew that the level 3 was probably not realistic for me, but I wanted to see on paper what it would take. And so when I broke it down for level 1, and I'm gunning for a senior executive promotion, so that also gives me 5 bonus points if I can get there. Okay, so with mine, I saw, okay, if I get the minimum amount of stylists, because that's, for me, that's the harder part. That's not the case for everyone. Some people, they're fine recruiting, sales are harder. But for me, let's say I just shoot for 4 stylists in the next 6.5 months, then I need $9,000 in sales, and that's my number because of the promotions I'm working for. And so then I divide that by the months, and I put down how much per month I need to sell, and that gets me at $1,400. Now, I know my averages, and I know where I fall in that $1,400. I'm not going to tell you, but I see that, and I say, okay, that might be reasonable enough that maybe I can fill out the next rank and see what that's going to take. So then I fill it out and I'm like, okay, this would push me really hard for recruits. And I would need to really get better at putting the business opportunity out there, talking about it more, messaging more people, and just inviting them. Like, there are things I'm going to have to change to get this to happen. But the sales, I think if I push a little harder, I might be able to make it happen. So now I'm like, okay, this might be a realistic goal that I can realistically expect myself to be able to achieve, but will also push me a little harder than what I'm used to doing. And that's the goal for me, is to always be improving. And so take the time to map it out, reverse engineer it, which just means breaking it down into each section to see how much you would have to do. And if you have to increase your sales, what do I have to do and increase sales? Do I have to have more parties than I have? How many am I doing? You guys, a lot of you filled out a form and you said either none or 1 to 2. I think I had one person last time I looked that filled out that form and had 5 to 6 parties a month. So all of us could improve. And I know COVID stalled a lot of us. I took off 2 months for parties because realistically, it wasn't fitting in my goals and my life and everything. I had 3 kids doing school, and that's okay. That's okay to look at your life and make goals for your situation. But now I'm like, okay, I know that I have room to improve, and I know most of you do too because of what I saw on those forms. We can all get more parties. And because if we have more parties, that's not just it. We also have to work our follow-ups better. Maybe we need to send more emails to our customers. Maybe we need to run more girls' night-ins in our group to have better engagement so that when things launch, people listen. Or maybe, like, I guarantee you, there are so many things you can improve. And I like to focus on effort over what actually happens, because when you talk about someone making a purchase, someone choosing to host, someone choosing to join, those are their choices that they get to make. So you have to focus on your choices. What are you doing? Are you even like Shannon said, if you're not putting the question out there, then you can't get a yes. Every once in a while you'll have someone reach out that has like their own motivation that says, I'm watching you, I want to join. That is super rare. Okay, super rare. You need to ask.
Realistic, I feel like, because you can say, oh, I want to host 10 parties a month. Well, have you ever had 10 parties a month? Okay. So go ahead and set those lofty goals, but they need to be realistic. Also, oh, you know what? I'm going to sell $3,000 a month. Okay. Have you ever sold $3,000 a month? What does it take to sell $3,000 a month? So if your normal parties are $150, how many parties are you going to have to hold to do your average of $150 party? If your average party is $600, okay, how many parties do you have to hit a month to hit that goal? So you need to be realistic. Don't just put goals out into the world and be like, oh, I want to sell $3,000. I want to recruit 4 girls. Okay, I want to recruit 4 girls. What are you going to do to recruit those 4 girls? How many girls do you have to reach out a day? How many parties do you have to have a month? And how many of those girls that come to your party are going to be recruited every single month from those parties? So you have to break it down. Don't just put it out there. What am I going to do to get me to that goal?
It's kind of like the whole SMART goal thing, go look it up, see what the acronym means, take that to heart. Okay. The other thing I want to say is that I have heard it said that, especially for parties, for every 10 people you ask, 1 person will say yes. So that is something you have all control over, how many people you talk to, right? That's on you. So don't worry about the yeses anymore. Go read Go for No. It's really short. It'll get you in the right mindset to be like, any answer, yes or no, is a success because I did the work to get that answer. I actually always thank people for saying no because at least they didn't ignore me, right? I don't count those, okay? I have to work a little harder if they're not looking at my messages, right? I need to work on building the relationship if they are so anxious about responding and saying no that they feel like it's not a safe place to say no. That means I need to build a relationship. But what you can control, and I've seen charts out there for like 100 no's or whatever. Focus on what you can control. What you can control is what you do, and asking people, that's going to get you more sales, parties, and recruits. End of story.
And Charlotte says fall, holiday, Halloween, Color Street Foundation.
Oh my gosh.
So many things coming out for us to help us hit these goals. I cannot even tell you how excited I am for the fall set. Like that emerald green color and that champagne, I almost died hitting the floor. I was like, oh my gosh, they went into my head and they knew exactly what I wanted. Like,
I know. I didn't see a single one I didn't like. Use these future launches to get people that are on the fence to be ready to jump in. Like, now is time, because we have all of these huge months ahead of us.
Are there any questions that we did not cover or that you want to ask real quick before, because we only have 2 minutes left and then it's just gonna cut us off. So any questions or concerns or worries or anything like that? I talk a lot. I don't know if Chrissy's on here anymore, but I talk to her a lot. And we talk about putting things in forward motion. And I just got done talking about it, about the action steps, breaking them down. You can't just put an affirmation or a thought or a goal out into the world. That is great. And I do that all the time. But you have to sit down and make the goal an actual thing by putting tangible steps to everything that you're going to do. So if you're going to reach out to 10 people a day, what time at that day are you going to do that? Are you going to do it at lunch when you're on your break? Are you going to do it when the kids are at soccer practice? Are you going to get up at 7 in the morning and send out, 10 direct messages on Facebook? You can't just say, I want this trip. What are you going to do to get yourself? Is this something that you're going to achieve? And it is so achievable. So I cannot wait to see every single one of your girls at the Dominican Republic. We can have a cheers to each other with a pina colada or a water or a tea or whatever you drink, and a big old sun hat, get my tan on.
I will say, I started this group that takes in way more than my own team because I want to get there, and the best way for me to get there is to have moral support, to celebrate every step. So if you think of something we can do as your leaders to help the whole group motivate, please send us a message, give us some ideas, submit a post for approval. We've set it up to have approval, but I would love to see more of that. And just, I'm so excited to watch everyone. I believe in one team, one Color Street team, and I'm so excited to see everybody.
Let's celebrate our
goals.
Make sure you interact and comment and tell us what you're doing and what's working and what's not working, and let's celebrate with each other. So have a fabulous day, ladies. Thanks so much for showing up for your business. We love you all, and we will talk to you guys later. Let's show those manis.